for Team Empire. They're taking quite a bit of time now to think about their next pick. I almost want to see something fancy, some shenanigans. Maybe even a Centaur that Tiny can toss in for a stomp or something.
Chen could also be that hero which they might consider picking up, because at least against Empire, I think there were some teams where actually they just basically don't like to let these these micro heroes through. Or was that for Navi? Oh, so that's for against Navi. Sorry, yeah. So Empire they might consider banning that, but in the case, I don't think they mind too much. But yeah, they do decide to pick up the bounty, afraid of the Lich pick. So they haven't really played bounty as well. I don't think they've ever played it, in fact. So middle lane now, they're just missing a mid hero unless they do decide to put the Razor mid. Razor into Quap. Now that's not very nice.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think you want to look for a different solution of that, but Empire, last time they picked bounty was 8 days ago in some open qualifiers, I guess, against the Windstrike. They ended up winning that. Was that as a support? I think it was as that offlaner. So I feel like I've seen more bounties at the 3 position nowadays. Also get these extra levels, start getting Janata up and running. His does do quite a bit of damage in the grand scheme of things, but the Morphin coming
Especially against Lich, you know, if you cast the Frost Armor on somebody else, you just run at the Lich with phase boot, you click. There's just no way to run.
Yep.
So especially with Morphling right now, you have to be extremely careful. So this can be a very one-sided kind of lane for the bounty, or they starve him enough of EXP and things get bad. But after all, it's a tiny.
I mean, Tiny should go a long way to help out the bounty hunter, make sure that you can actually stay in lane, because otherwise, yeah, as you said, it can actually be quite easy to bully out the bounty hunter if he's all alone. You just click him a little bit, stun him once, and he's not all that tanky early on and needs a lot of regen. Tiny being there makes this a little bit harder to accomplish. And this is where this really shines. And I think you can get away with that just because Disruptor, even though he's not the best laning support, it doesn't really matter as much if you have the Razor in the safe lane. Razor can kind of take care of himself. So then all you need is another hero for mid to deal with the Queen of Pain. Or the Morphling for that matter. But I don't know, can you run Quap in the side lane? I don't think so.
It's possible. Some, you know, in the occasion where you want to run like an aggro tri-lane, it is very, very doable. The other thing which I feel that they can do is leave the Quap in the mid still. Morphling can run an aggro tri-lane with the Lich and Nyx Assassin. It's pretty decent kill potential, but it's not ideal. So I think you just stick with your usual game plan. It's probably going to be a very standard kind of lanes.
Well, we'll find out sooner or later. Slada. Ooh. I like that hero.
Okay, so you have the Corrosive Haste. That's always very useful, in fact.
Especially against Bounty Hunt. If you can get that out, then you can't really rely on the Invis to get himself out of trouble.
But the way Bounty is played nowadays, you know, you don't even really use the Shadow Walk. You mostly just go in straight with the Janai. You just like right-click people, you just burst them down before they know it, and you're dead.
Yeah. I wonder how much they can actually make use of the Slaughter in lane though. Because like I guess if you run them together with the Nyx, if you do land one of these stuns, you can end up doing a lot of damage. Because you stun with a bash, then you charge up another bash while they're controlled up. Gotta be very, very careful against that. TB do have a lot of armor to work with, at the very least, so this physical damage doesn't hit you as hard, but I think he's still susceptible to that. Certainly if he doesn't have the Metamorphosis available. It also means that you do have the Razor mid, right?
Yes. So Razor mid against Queen of Pain. Okay, the only good thing about this is that actually Razor, the approach is you just run straight at the Quap, you know, try to force her away with a static link. And if she tries to even like Shadow Strike you, you know, she can't trade hits with you, because if you get the static link and she blinks onto you, she's dead. So in this case, it's more about who can outplay each other in the lane with the creep equilibrium.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
Just force out blinks with static link and stuff like that, and just go, play the CS game, you know. try and outfarm. And I guess Raze has a bit of an advantage there, just because you have if you end up scaling that passive, you have free damage. Essentially, you throw not just against lane creeps to push that out, but also against the jungle creeps to get that extra bit of money coming your way. So we'll see if Kodos can pull that off.
Alright, so this time what I'm hoping to see, at least from both teams, is that the lane synergy needs to kind of like, you know, swap around a little bit. Like I want to see that Kodos actually wins his lane, because the last time we saw that you give him like one of these farm intensive heroes, he just can't do anything. It's a battle of the space creators. Magical, you give him his trademark Queen of Pain, but it's still gonna boil down to the Slaughter this game, because Slaughter is gonna have quite a rough time playing into this kind of drop. You blink on someone, you have the glimpse. So unless it's gonna be like one of those run into your face kind of items where you get like drums, maybe into like a solar crest or whatnot, try to just bash this hero down. It's not gonna be that easy for the Slaughter this game.
Yep.
So especially into a Terrorblade, like you're gonna have minimal impact. He has such high armor, like you mentioned, and at the same time, if this, you know, they push you out of the lane, no levels, this is not a hero that can farm anywhere that easily.
Yep. TeamSpeak problems in 2019? The hell? It looks like they are solved. Empire vs NaVi, if you guys are just tuning in, well, you missed quite a few interesting games already. The winner of this one will move on in the upper bracket against either VP or Gambit. The loser will have to play against Uvayeni just later today in an elimination best of 3.
I mean, on the bright side, they start their games in, you know, at noon, not in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's not in the evening. I mean, if it's in the evening, you'd be playing till midnight.
Oh yeah, they certainly have plenty of time. I mean, I think they're like 2 hours ahead of Central European time, or at least that's the time window that, or the time zone that the schedule is based on. It's Moscow time, so 2 hours ahead. So technically, if they are living in that time zone, all of them, then it started at like 2:30 in the afternoon. But yeah, either way, plenty of time to get in 2 best of 3s without having to worry too much about falling asleep, I guess.
So there we go. Looks like Empire, they're gonna take the bottom runes. Top lane, Terrorblade's all alone. And they're even committing both the supports to the bottom lane just in case NaVi wants to contest. And they might even decide to swap the lanes around. She's headed all the way straight to the mid, hoping for a courier snipe. But is the courier on the way? Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Tasty courier.
Tangos even.
Oh, they know. The Lich hasn't shown.
Okay.
They know.
And this is smart. I mean, you don't actually see a lot of pro teams fall for that anymore. As long as you don't know where both the supports are, you're not gonna send out that courier.
That is why Monkey King support, man. Bring it back. If you want to snipe couriers, you have to go under the tier 3. I'm just saying. Go big or go home.
If you want to kill couriers, you gotta be the courier, you know? Because that's exactly how it works for Monkey King. But yeah, Crystallize and Snako, both TPing down bottom.
I mean, anyways, now they know that Lich is TP. I'm pretty sure they've looked into his inventory. Where is Crystallize's TP?
It is Snako.
Wow,
half health already.
So Neko.
Yeah, toss a couple of right clicks here with the Janata. You should be able to just walk it off. But Musayu, he was angling for another throw actually. He was coming just off cooldown. Yeah, up top. Oh, hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Still only level 1 on Blizzy, I believe. So
Metamorph?
no crashes. No bashes, but only crushes.
Yeah, and the crush thing is, it's already a default 1 second duration. It's not worth to go for that level 1 stun anymore. Most would reconsider and just go for the bash. The passive is so useful.
Yeah. At the same time, though, you also have a 3-second slow attached to it afterwards.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's pretty decent.
Looks like just farming under the enemy tower. Suneko trying for a bit of a pull, but
ooh, the
not
game's back
possible.
under the tower actually. Chu trying to ease his way through, and it's quite a few tangos being used. And still taking a lot of damage here. Dream going for some body blocks. Another thunder strikes. This is the first blood. It is indeed. King R claims that for himself.
Hello, sir?
Hello?
I mean, that's what happens when you try to play way too cocky. There was no need to go even in range of the tier 1 tower, and that just led to a waste of tangos, first blood, and that went to the disruptor. That's boots.
It was well played though for Empire as well, and now Dream can't quite get as many clicks in as he want, but now he's body blocking himself a little bit. No extra bashes. Quite on the money here, on the nose. Down bottom, same thing. Suneko now he doesn't have the frost shield, so it's extra slow for Martin. Does not feel comfortable going in, holding on to the skill points for the time being. They find another opening on Suneko, especially if he's super low already. You can certainly see Martin end up going for the Shuriken toss. Get a bit of burst damage in to claim a kill.
Meanwhile, middle lane, we haven't talked about this lane yet. It's actually dead even. Although Magical might get a tiny bit of an advantage with a bit of CS, already up to level 4. But so far there's no real big winner. Although maybe Magical will pull ahead with a tiny bit of CS, starting to max out the Shadow Strike perhaps. You see, it just blinks out from the Shadow Strike. And King R needs to be careful, Chu could just get a stun, and if they time the level 2 bash to the deep, King R can easily die here in this top lane.
Don't really want to go on Dream at least, or even on King R if he's close to Metamorphosis Terrorblade. But once that expires, yeah, you really gotta watch your position there. It's so volatile playing against the Slaughter, as you said. And now, glimpse back in Magical, but he's still got the illusion and bottles, so faster than King R.
It is a very quiet laning for now, but top, this is the lane which I feel they need to try to capitalize, especially onto Dream. He's the highest CS at the moment in this game.
Yeah. We're trying to go for the side pull. Interrupted by Chu, so not that it would have mattered too much anyway, with the creeps kind of meeting in this position in the first place.
Alright, so how this works right now is that I think you just wait for that level 6 and then you can try.
Ooh, King R super forward, stun. Blizzy with the follow-up, there's a crush. Need a few more right clicks here though for another bash. Looks like King R barely enough to survive.
He had it, but I think the body blocks from the illusions on TB is kind of saving his teammate, but very narrow.
What the hell, Magical? It's actually blinking on Kodos. It doesn't have any mana for static link or anything, but it did just have enough for the TP out towards the shrine. Nice.
So now that the shrine's already been used, like I said, Razor, he's probably going to get solo killed here very easily by the Queen of Pain once he gets that Sonic Wave up. Never underestimate the power of that level 6.
It's got a huge power spike, especially against the Razor. I mean, sure he's farming the jungle creeps, but he's being hit a couple times by these creeps. And you don't have a lot of health regen to work with. It doesn't have any more tangos or salve, so you're already not gonna sit at max HP all the time. Which is certainly something that the Queen of Pain really likes to see. For now, there we go. Just hitting level 6. Immediately in a position where also pick up a rune if it spawned there, but it didn't.
Alright, so 6 minutes in, just 1 kill. Yeah, both teams obviously, they want to have a good chance up. Oh, top lane.
Ooh, with a crush. They're gonna have a bash. Glimpse back might or may not be enough. Chu with the right clicks. Yeah, needs one more, but the stick charges were still there. Looking on. Now they built in Blizzy a little bit too deep. Stick charges of his own. Keep him alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. The vision from the Thunder Strike was enough. And now Chu comes inside the kinetic field here. This damage from the Metamorphosis is just way too much.
Maybe if Chu was standing in front of the disruptor, the body blocks could have led. That extra 1.5 seconds could have led to the kill. But bottom lane trying to go here on the mud, and they did pop the dust.
Ooh.
More hit.
The last strike thing. The raindrops almost kept him safe up against that Frost Blast, but Snako finds the last hit anyway. NaVi putting themselves on the board. And, I mean, as powerful as Terrorblade is, if you think about the Morphling as a counter, it's actually pretty decent, right? You turn into the Terrorblade, you get Metamorphosis. Basically have a Terrorblade of your own on your team.
Alright, so let's see. How is the item progression going on both sides? You know, especially when you look at it, like everyone's just getting their core items. Things are just starting to step up. You know, Empire, they did get 2 kills top. And Razor, I don't know. I have a feeling this could actually be a magical game all over again. You see, they're smoked up, they have the Sonic Wave ready, Dragon. And they're gonna look, if they can actually kill the Razor here, you're just stomping him into the ground. But it looks like they actually may even consider going for the dive on Terrorblade. They know he doesn't have Metamorph, and they know that he doesn't have the Sunder.
He also has a very tiny health pool. Oh, how much pure damage is that right now? 340? Yeah, so that will take pretty much half of it away. Terrorblade. Let's stop transferring over. Smoke will break. There was no extra vision though, and they're running into an easy one. Don't even have to use the Sonic Wave for this one. King should end up dropping 2 the damage over time. Maybe not. Maybe he will. It is pretty hefty, you know. What the hell? Alright, so Snako and Blizzy actually do it themselves up top. No worries.
And well, the reason why I also said that Terrorblade, they knew that he doesn't have ulti because, you know, before he skills it up, if you actually use your alt click on the Sunder, this is something I learned from Team Liquid back then, was watching them, is that when you alt left click, you can tell that whether they have learned the skill up or not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So I'm pretty sure NaVi, that was the way for them to check, especially when you're playing against Terrorblade. It's a very tiny mechanic that can decide whether it's actually worth committing on him or not.
That is new to me. I mean, I remember like being able to tell whether they skilled it by just hovering over them and seeing the range indicator.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Either way,
Right, so
Terrorblade still ends up dying to just Blizzy and also Snako rotating in, and now another smoke up. Magical. They really want to use a Sonic Wave, and they're gonna use a Dream again. And that really hurts, especially because he used the Metamorphosis. That's on cooldown. You can't use that to farm anymore.
and
You
he
gotta feel
just
these
TP'd
ending
top
reads,
lane.
but not enough. Okay.
Going on Blizzy, no damage.
Yeah, Glimpse back. You should end up dropping here. And that's a track kill.
I welcome the abyss.
And that's how you get the goal.
Dire's top tower
You
is
gotta
under
get that
attack.
ka-ching, especially with the bounty. That's what you need to do. Even if you're playing from behind, just because you have that track goal, you're just gonna be accelerating your farm at an alarming rate.
Is under
So now
attack.
Crystallized, able to pick up the Morbid Mask. And judging from the fact that he's going for the Ethereal Blade, he's actually looking to be nuking heroes down, which is a little bit helpful. Especially against Terrorblade before he
Radiant's
gets,
top tower is under
you know,
attack.
too big, too tanky.
Regeneration.
Yeah. Kind of fits into the
Dire's
general
bottom
idea that
tower
Magic is
is under
also,
attack.
of course, embodying here on this Queen of Pain, right? I mean,
Radiant's
burst people
top
down,
tower
then
is under
if they're dead, they
attack.
can't fight you. You know, it's hashtag expert analysis, but it's true nonetheless. Martin. Well, they're tossing in. What?
Oh, the
What? They still get the glimpse back, but Stack Storm not gonna last for too much longer. Another blink not available though. It's only level 1. Magic is forced to fight with the Frost Shield, keeping alive a little bit longer, but that's another task. Finally get this kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
that was some
Dire's
crazy
bottom
stuff
tower
right there.
has fallen.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, they do get the tower. Now looking for the first Vendetta kill. Can we get anything else here?
Denied.
Just running away. Maybe they can set up for top. Koda's taken over there. There is
Dire's bottom
corrosive
tower
haze
is under
available,
attack.
so Blizzy can kind of bait it out a little bit, but oh man is also there. They do see him though. They have the Sentry Ward ready to go, and now to the stun. Magical coming back into the fray. No Sonic Wave, but they don't need it for this one. Shu finds the Spike
go for
Caliber
more.
stun on Kodos. Blizzy needs to do one more
bash.
click for the bash. Doesn't quite get it. Now Kodos comes around here. More reinforcements coming in for Team Empire. Goes in NaVi back in for the time being, but you can't run away. The glimpse back into the Avalanche. Sayu Going for a bit of a toss combo, but Blizzy's still alive. Continues to spam out a corrosive haze. Kodos kind of low with Sonic Wave, just enough to help finish him off. Put him over the top, and now Sayuv also not long for the world either. No way to run.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing.
It's a magical show, like I said. And while all that was happening, Crystallize was happily farming up in the bottom lane. He has free farm. And even with all these kills on Magical, he is not really that close to the network of Crystallize. So Empire, they need to figure out a way of how to deal with this Queen of Pain. They don't have the damage to really approach these fights. And Blizzy and Corrosive Haze doing a lot of work. And he's gonna get, what's it, drums now? Yeah, drums coming up just to look at 100 gold.
Seems like the go-to for a lot of offlaners and some carries even. The phase drums. It's a bit old school, like we've come full circle back into the super value like stats builds essentially. But especially with phase foods though, it's super useful for Slaughter just because of the armor that he doesn't naturally get.
I mean, when in doubt, you just look to the past, right? You just bring back some cool stuff. I mean, do you remember the Dota 1 days where basically bashers would stack?
Oh god.
The perma bash days. Like, after your first bash, it's like it's basically over. That's it. No, those were the. I mean, I guess you could say Dota. That's how it all started, right? Memes. It's about having that initial meme.
Yeah, that was before my time.
I mean, I played Dota 1 briefly, but I sucked at it.
Yeah. Well, fight up top, Magical blinks in. Blizzy control up a little bit though, and Sayuv takes another crush, but there's plenty of help.
He actually gets to outrun this?
I mean, he's pretty fast, but so's Man. He keeps the track up and running.
Both
face
have
boots.
face boots,
another sprint! Oh my god. King R can't get enraged
ledge.
for the glimpse even. What the hell? Now he's being bottom blocked. Chu is there.
they
Maybe they
left,
dove
they
in too deep. Crystallize decides, hey, I'm gonna be a part of this. Gets glimpse back, unfortunately, but King R should still end up dropping, but they want more. They want something bigger and better. Kodos cannot continue to fight here. The poison starting to walk away and toss forward.
Nicely done. Magical
So
once
that was
more, the
about-
Sonic Wave.
And the 1 or 2 clicks will do the trick here. Sayuv is just gonna take out to the poison. Gets the avalanche off, but only Tiny dies. Okay. Took a while longer than anticipated. So, well,
That's
Magical is
NaVi,
free.
dude. And now you can see why they first picked the Quab with such confidence and without any stunts. If you notice, Empire has literally no like reliable lockdown at all for them to control this Quab. And this is just NaVi just running rampant everywhere. I mean, look at that. He committed 1 stun onto the Slaughter, and he has to be at point blank range for the Tiny to even, you know, stand a chance at counter initiation.
Yeah.
So if anything, right now they actually need to start sacrificing the tier 2s and maybe start like 5-manning down another lane, try for a tower, maybe even take the mid tier 1. They need to open up the map. They need a smoke angle, something, anything.
Yep. Well, Martin actually do a good amount of damage to Chu here. Just clicked him once, down half health, but doesn't really want to play too much. Magical. Oh, let's get the bounty. No detection at the ready though, so at least he can do some scouting without having to worry too much about it. But yeah, I mean, gotta try and slow the game down a little bit. You gotta try and find more time for Terrorblade to get up to at least the basic level of items. I mean, it doesn't even have, or isn't anywhere close that meta style.
I mean, this is why you don't usually see Disruptor. I understand it's a high win rate, but I feel like it's a hero which you can kind of pick up mostly in the second phase of the draft, not in the first phase like that.
Yeah.
That was like what, Razor Disruptor? Or was it Razor Tiny? Oh, I guess it was the
Razor
second phase, so I
Tiny.
was wrong then.
Razor Tiny.
Yeah, Razor Tiny followed by Disruptor Bounty.
Speaking of bounty,
Yeah, not. Oh, dead.
Speedy Gonzalez there almost getting to run away, but almost doesn't quite cut it in Dota, you know?
Dude, this slot is getting out of control. He's got drums, BKB on the way. Hey, look at that! Look at top lane. I think this is another kill, maybe, or maybe not.
Double damage.
He evaded.
You were saying?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
King Ar's coming in. That's the kind of control that you're looking for. Glimpse back into what? Oh, just
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That feels bad, man. Too fast for a kinetic field to form.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Don't you just wish you had one
Dire's
stun,
middle tower is under
Empire?
attack.
Just one, maybe one.
I mean, they have Avalanche. Shuriken Toss is technically a stun, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe they might need to start resorting to ATOS, getting a couple of ATOS here, just so they can get some form of reliable lockdown. It's good stats if you think about it. True, top bottom lane.
That's going in actually, man. I was thinking maybe he could have bursted it down, but now it's
beautiful static storm.
Static storm. Slice dropping low and low. Tons back in, and now he can start shifting. So this fight starting to be over. Chain Frost not bouncing too much here. Seneko will end up being another track death or track kill for the side of Empire, but now Man feels the wrath. Maybe not. The Avalanche from Crystallize trying to slow them down a little bit further, but they have no extra way to go back in. Magical wasn't part of this fight, but until now he's ready to blink in, ready to find a good angle perhaps. Looks like Empire know what is happening here. King R inside the trees. It's no place for you to be. Magical goes in.
And they still have the Sonic Wave. Pop literally just came into the fight. Yep. So, alright. Looking for round 2. Won't find anything though.
That's still a good fight for Empire though. I mean, they didn't quite get crystallized, but they got a few track kills. A lot of money going their way. And they didn't lose any of their important cores. Good decision to back off here as soon as they realized, oh wait a second, Magical can't be far away. That would have certainly been a disaster if he found a good Sonic Wave there. Oh, might find it here.
He had a sentry.
No way it is.
Ow. Look at that. Bounty was supposed to be that hero who kind of like helps to dominate the lane and be the nightmare of all the supports on NaVi's side. But this game, because of Blizzy just crushing that lane.
Blizzy's tracked, so Empire know exactly what's going on, but now he don't care. They realize that they're too strong to be contested now, especially with the bounty on the sidelines. It's kind of crazy considering that you're up against a disruptor. Normally you want to fight around the Roche pit. You just don't have a way to get in there.
I mean, at this point, it's basically NaVi just saying like, yo, Empire, you okay? You wanna come over? I have your number.
Oh my god, look at this. 20 minutes crystallize. Aegis and the shotgun locked and loaded. What do you do now? Looks like they... Okay, they're gonna smoke up as 4.
Yeah, they need to try and get something around the Terrorblade with the Metamorphosis. It's not easy, but they need to hope for a miracle that they can just outplay NaVi.
Okay, they're running into each other. Smoke's kind of fizzling out, but they did get some control on Tiny. Blizzy caught inside the Static Storm, but now Dream comes into the side, ready to do some damage. Shoot that first. Blizzy also has to keep running. Kodos stealing all of the damage in the world, gets slims back into the loving arms of Dream, but the Sonic Wave! The nukes are real! And now, Empire's back is broken. Can NaVi find more? Martin trying to run away, but Magical with the blink in takes a lot of damage in turn just from a few spells. Crystallize has to take over. Sayo tosses him back. With the blink away, Avalanche will slow them down. Limps back into another kinetic field. Not sure if King R thought this one through. Crystallize Seneko ready to fight another blink away. Magical. Oh my god. I think the tree chased him. Or King R, he got the kill with the Thunderstrike. Another toss, another Avalanche. Sayo doing so much work in this particular fight.
Man, Saya, if he was this close to getting a nice toss avalanche combo, if he just waited that extra 2 seconds, he could have potentially gotten a double kill there and turned things around. But because of that, the impatience, it was a 3-for-2 fight. So technically, Empire still come out on top, but it could have gone better. Bottom lane, Lich getting destroyed by Sayo.
You were saying about it going better?
Well, it got better.
Yeah, it got
Caster's Curse comes into play once again.
That was a really good fight for Empire. I mean, the nuke was real, so we saw that combo that NaVi was itemizing and angling for on the right target, but
Dire are scanning.
a lot of control, surprising amount of damage here from the Bounty Hunter just to show you the toss on the right click. Magical went from max health to maybe a third or something, or half. Had to blink away, gets blimps back, had to blink away again. And then the Thunderstrike of all things gave Disruptor 1,000 gold and 2,000 experience or so. So not the ideal target, but at the very least he'll be happy about that.
Man, when Morphling gets the BKB, he's gonna be unstoppable because he just got his shotgun, and this means that with the EB, he's gonna be able to nuke down this bounty hunter very easily.
Man, he does finish up that Spirit Vessel though, and it's one of these crucial items, crucial milestones that you're looking for whenever you play against heroes like Morphling. Try and mitigate this this attribute shift somewhat.
I mean, Empire, if they can replicate that similar smoke gank, then maybe, you know, they have a way back into the game. NaVi, despite all the towers they've taken, it's still just a 3,000 gold advantage. You know, it's not the biggest. Terrorblade can kind of still carry the game. But I just worry that this Razor, you know, he's not able to come back into the game. He needs to do so much once he gets that 10-second BKB. Madden? Oh, bottom lane.
King R.
King R. King R. Click.
King R, more like King Dead. You get it? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shu is actually making a play here on the Razor. Let's just ignore what I said. And there's a shotgun doing quite a bit of damage here, but he's still alive. Can they save him? Precise damage, stolen damage gained. Kind of nullifying each other for the most part. Kodos ends up dropping another blink, another crush. Actually on Sayu, he doesn't have any spells for another couple of seconds. There's another nuke coming in, another crush, another click. We'll do the trick then. That's the kind of fight the NaVi was looking for.
I was just so depressed for this Disruptor, you know, he just wanted to go to the bottom lane, like, it's like, hey, I want to get a little bit of farm, and then he just gets crushed by like 2 enemy cores.
Now we say, no, you don't get to farm. You don't get to be happy in this game.
I feel so sad for him. I mean, I've actually noticed that any professional pause buy player, they are usually very depressed or very salty in life.
Well, constantly die, right? Blizzy went in deep. Defensive E-Blade here, but he gets glimpsed back, of course. He was still running away from the Disruptor. Blizzy forced to fight, and now he's just gonna have to let him go. Kodos see quite a bit of damage from Crystallize.
Oh, Aegis is expired. Toss Avalanche comp.
Just in full-on retreat mode right now, but Empire, they want to find something else. They're spanning tracks left, right, and center. The Q started to bounce back and forth, but now Magical. BKB goes in, almost bursting down Dream with the follow-up stun from Q from the side, and actually gotta get this kill. The cell fuels, buy some time for the blink. Is Magical took quite a bit of right-click damage. Almost dies to the freaking neutrals. Oh my god, he's living life on the edge.
Everyone's living life on the edge. I mean, Terrorblade, he was 1 second away from getting that Sunder off. That was how close it was. I was looking at the stun timer. I was like, oh my god, is he actually gonna get it off?
Crystallize, kills the boundary rune, but Avalanche will.
I mean, that's why he needs that BKB. He's so close. He's less than 100 gold off from it.
Yeah.
And Madden, he just picked up that Medallion of Courage. I mean, the Spirit Vessel is doing a lot of work. I mean, look at Morphling. Often you just wish they can just nuke him down with the Static Storm enough. But I mean, he's actually, I think he's got, yeah, he just completed his BKB. Okay, now they can't kill him, and he's going into the Skadi next. Woo-wee! Dragon. What? I don't know, man. Yes. This game's getting increasingly hard. I mean,
it is. I mean, it's kind of harking back to game number 1 with this carry matchup, right? Terrorblade on Dream just keeping up. Okay, the crush actually missing him, but still get the cross face up. Kodos has to pop the BKB and just get to the high ground. So far, so good, I guess.
Sometimes you need a bit of luck. That is still luck.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is
Martin caught the courier on the way out, but now we still have to defend high ground. There's still tier 3 even to help you here. NaVi starting to work away at the routes. Okay, initiation. Static Storm in a good position. Blizzy does not have the BKB. Crystallize does though. Ready to fight. Turn into the Terrorblade. Do lose the Slaughter. Magical also dropping kind of low. Is gonna have to blink out, but Crystallize needs to make that shield. Double kill for him. SNL started to turn things around, getting the hell out of there. The glimpse back on the Nyx Assassin. Looks like that should be a relatively easy kill. The Frost Shield says no, though. Chu is still alive. Crystallize, Neko Magical even coming back in.
Oh, the Shuriken.
Alright, they do get this kill, so Neko also with another track. And it's Crystallized. Do they have anything to cancel? They do not have.
No.
Oh,
1 second away from the glimpse. You can see King R's arm is like in the air. They almost got the animation off.
Yeah.
So they do get a couple of nice kills to get the defense up. You know, they don't lose the lane of Rax, but it did cost them the Razor's buyback. And now he can actually go into Shiva's God. Terrorblade, for the first time in the game, this guy's the top of the net worth. The free farm Morphling. This is why you tend to see Morphlings now, they rarely go for the Ethereal Blade combo unless they're very sure that if you take out the support, it's going to lead to something else. Because right now, you can see, after, you're just constantly on cooldown. And without the BKB, it's very hard for him to fight.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to touch on earlier. This carry match, I mean, Morphling is very strong, but Terrorblade's also, in my opinion, magical.
Oh, nice stun. Do they have the kinetic field?
Another blink away. Oh, they got the track off.
BKB.
Forcing out the BKB. That was what, the 8-second charge? Yeah. But I mean, Terrorblade is one of the best late game carries in the game, in my opinion. So if he gets farm, he can win you the game. It's certainly a possibility. And right now he's getting there. I mean, he has the BKB. He's going for. And does have another item coming, does he? Yeah, Dragonlance. Just more stats. That's all you're really looking for. Survive the burst, get the Sunder off. Start pressing all your buttons and right-click people to death. And we've seen it time and time again. Crystallize, he can be very strong, he's very survivable. But Queen of Pain, even with the BKB, Magical's regularly dropping very, very low in the health department in the middle of these fights.
So at the moment, you see he's actually going to the Shiva's God. At some point, you have to wonder if he's actually going to consider an Assault Cuirass instead. But the Shivas does help against the Terrorblade. They're starting to lack answers for the Terrorblade, basically. So it's, I don't know, it feels like maybe the co-op needs to get a Hex. He needs a lot of items. Slaughter's impact is also starting to fall off because he just, after they've taken on the tier 2s, the tricky part is always about being able to reach high ground, isn't it? And he doesn't have a BKB yet. He's had that Ogre Club for over 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
That's how bad his itemization is stalled. And Empire, they're actually the ones back into the game. And they're the ones with the advantage in net worth. Which is why I did say that despite taking all the towers, it's only a 3,000 gold net worth advantage. So the next Roshan will probably dictate who goes high ground next.
Straight up going in onto the Disruptor.
Or that could happen. Just like
Linking on, but Sai with the counter initiation. Kinga's still alive, actually gets a few spells off Chu. A little bit of trouble. Chain Frost bouncing quite a bit though. Dream gets the BKB off the Sunder over on the Lich. Not the healthiest target, but healthy enough to allow Terrorblade for the BKB TP out. Corner's caught in the middle though. Double kill for Magical. 2 for 2 trade when all is said and done. Sai finds a Blink TP out. That was very scary for a moment there for both sides, honestly.
Indeed, and look at that, no hesitation immediately after the BKB and the Sunder is used, just straight away TPs out, no way to keep on prolonging that fight. So very nicely done coming out from Empire, and somehow it has helped them stall the game just a tiny bit more. And Roshan is up, the second Roshan of the game. This should go to NaVi. This should be high ground included.
Having to retreat from the fight though still means Empire has to give this up without contest once again. So Aegis and Shields will be a big boon to get NaVi back on track. Just a Crystallize, so need to commit for him twice. Maybe transfer the cheese over to the Queen of Pain could be useful.
Kind of chilling for now. Crystallize. Actually going to a Manta style. Okay.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
I mean, Manta is often seen as sometimes a decent counter to the Sunder because you can see the arms in the air, and you know, Terrorblade, he's just going to the Daedalus. He needs that overwhelming amount of damage. Hopefully, I feel like he crits there with the Metamorphosis to like just punish heroes like the Queen of Pain who blink in aggressively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also helpful just to make sure that you can keep the spell in the track without having to use BKB or anything. Well, we'll see whether they can make use of that.
Tower is under attack.
So, I mean, this tie game's still, as you said, still back at even. still, it's just we're coming back into this late game Dota situation where it's gonna come down to how do you initiate? Can Terrorblade find a position in these fights where he can get a good Thunder off, or where he can stay at a high health pool, and just click away with the Metamorphosis? It's always gonna be Navi's biggest task in these fights, just to try and deal with this Terrorblade, and in the process dodging Sayuf, who's been really good on this Tiny, just constantly avalanching in the right places just to disrupt the team fight. Disruptor as well, right? Speaking of disrupted team fights.
He needs to run right now. Slaughter, they smoked up, they've seen him. Bang.
Crush.
Bang. Bang.
Alive, but not for too much longer this time.
Empire, they know that when they couldn't get the reinforcements out, they just basically started heading up to the north side of the map. And they need to try and get a bit of that. I mean, Kodos, he's decently close to that Shiva's guard, maybe a bit more. Give him like 2 minutes. He's going to be able to have a lot bigger impact, harder to kill.
Still 2 minutes on the buyback clock for him, so he could commit to that, but he's not going to get it for this high ground push. NaVi are going to try again to make a play for the melee racks. Some with Aegis and Cheese available for them. Slaughter actually has it in his inventory. Lizzie, ready to stay alive for any sort of static storm shenanigans this time. Well, certainly also with the BKB, of course. Damage to be drained.
Oh, look at Crystallize. Metamorph combo you're talking about.
That is dropping low, transferring back his Immortaling form. It is very tough now. The glimpse back. Oh my god, they're gonna get him here? That's the Aegis.
They still have
That's the
Static Storm.
Aegis for pretty free. They don't want to commit here. Not just yet. The double stun from Chu. Blinking up the high ground. Dream is dead. He can buy back. He might have to if they want to hold on to their base. Yaman also dropping super low. They have the dust. They have the corrosive haze. Yaman has reliance movement speed, and that's not going to be enough. The glimpse back into the static storm though. Chu dropping in low. TP with the buyback. Dream ready to go with the BKB now. Magical, blink out, crystallize, waveform away. Where's the glimpse? 5 seconds on cooldown. Get through the drag means. Oh, Blizzy actually going back in with the double crush. Kodos finds himself in the front lines. Corrosive haze, a couple bashes here. Kodos is just dead. Down for the counts for 60 seconds. Now it's all up to Dream. Another crush forward, Blizzy. Well, can't really stand in front lines anymore. But eats the cheese to stay alive. Seneko, looks like they're gonna give him up. Nice glimpse back on a magical though with the Yules into another blink. He should be fine, and he is indeed. Finds another blink out. Super low cooldown at this stage, but still, Empire, they still don't lose their racks. They lose another buyback, but they do get crystallized in the middle of that somehow.
They are getting those, you know, it's forcing these buybacks out, but Empire, they're successfully holding, and despite, you know, making Empire break the piggy bank just to keep their base alive, NaVi is still unable to take any objectives, and the longer this drags on, the Quap and the Slaughter are just gonna fall off. Yeah. Like, this Terrorblade's getting at a point where he's hitting like critical mass. Like, how do you even play against Terrorblade? We've seen, unless they nuke him down, there's just no way to play against him.
That's despite the buyback. He's still on top of the net worth chart, despite having spent God knows how much gold on the buyback right there. I mean, the only downside is that if they do burst him down again, with this great play that NaVi actually made, with Chu blinking out, getting the double stun on the high ground, I mean, they can't keep doing this on the side of Empire, certainly not in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, you're absolutely right when you say that the scaling is just not going to be as powerful anymore for NaVi going forward.
I mean, at some point, you know, as a Terrorblade, you need more effective stats. You know, you could go for a Heart, you could go for maybe even that Scotty. If you have to, you go into the Satanic. You do have the BKB after all. And so he's gonna use the illusion, push out the bot. NaVi out of nowhere, because this is like what, the second or third time where they failed to siege high ground. This is where they realize they'll be forced to play in such a passive position.
Well, yeah. Bottom lane going to be in a good position here. NaVi, they're at least getting rid of the shrine that we're hoping to catch somebody. Farming this triangle, but
they know, they
Eye of
know.
Empire, the smoke up side. Smoke's broken here magically, he had no idea! He was not reacting at all, he's down super low, and he is actually dead. Dream with the BKB, right next to it, Crystallize is dead! Now Blizzy is next, so many projectiles being thrown out, Dream is on a killing spree. And now look for one Magical trying to establish this fight. That's a Sonic Wave, but it's just not enough to kill anybody anymore. The entirety of NaVi back to the fountain. And that was an absolute disaster magically. He was looking somewhere else. He was walking in 1 or 2 seconds here after Tiny's smoke was revealed. Sayuf gets the initiation into the Static Storm.
I mean,
Huge misplay. Huge misplay.
Did you see how fast the Morphling died? He was in full agi, and he got like what 2 crits in on Dream, and bam, down goes Morph. And this is potentially both the buybacks forced out. They have the Metamorphosis duration expiring, so maybe Empire, you know, unable to take any objectives here. It will force out the fortification, however, NaVi. Oh, looking for the glimpse.
They want something here. The glimpse back
Oh,
next to the tower to connect field 2.
And that is an Aghanims Disruptor ult, by the way.
Sayuf goes in after the Spike Carapace. He's so freaking low. Just gets snapped down, man. Claims that kill. Double crush from Blizzy, but there's no damage to follow up.
Morphling's up in 10 seconds. They're gonna use the Frost Armor to try and delay this push, Dragon.
Sure, that's gonna be
And
enough.
Disruptor has ultimate. If Morphling comes in, BKB is not gonna save him.
The Chain Frost just for the illusions here. The Blink Crush over the Terrorblade. Still has the
On
BKB. He's not really willing to fight without Metamorphosis, but BKB was on was on 5 seconds anyway, so it's no big deal.
How the tables have turned. I just want to bring your attention very briefly to the net worth chart. Look at how quickly that swung all the way down to Empire to 13,000 advantage in their economy. And so Empire, you know, holding long enough.
Yeah. Just a few moments ago, like Crystallize and Dream, they won the same kind of net worth, around 18k. And now like 2-3k ahead. It's just one of these indications. Yes, it's also doesn't matter how much net worth you have if you just die in at the beginning of the fight.
Alright, so NaVi, they're gonna try.
Roshan will
It's gonna be
respawn now.
Roshan.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the third Roshan.
Dire are scanning.
Is it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Illusion scouted it out. I think Empire, they're also gonna smoke. This is going to be the deciding fight right here, I feel. Do they have buybacks?
I'm looking for the backstab here. There's a sentry.
Empire,
So what? They
the
see
buybacks,
the
however.
bounty hunter. It's not gonna be
NaVi,
too
they don't want to
aggressive.
go, man. They need to find the right initiation.
Can you do that though? There's a gem on Tiny, so there's no way for Chu to really sneak up. Any more smokes? I don't think there's any smokes left at this point, right? I mean, there's one going that's about to expire now on Empire, but... No,
Disruptor, he
NaVi,
wants
but
to
I
get
can
another
see-
smoke. The smokes are everything right now. They need to use the gem
Oh,
somehow to
Destiny, okay.
be able to deal with the other side. But NaVi both holding. This is like what the Mexican cowboy standoff basically.
Yep.
Both teams. What can they do? Terrorblade has the advantage because he can use the illusions.
There were actually 2 more smokes available for the side of Team Empire, and I don't think NaVi has any, so this is actually quite a good advantage for them. Like Empire, they could sneak in all the way to the back here,
Another smoke.
onto the high ground.
If they catch the Morphling.
They want the illusion
Terrorblade.
in. They get it. Limbs down
Oh,
to
the
low
glimpse.
ground, Crystallize. Force out the BKB. Martin, oh, he got tossed in. I don't think they thought this one through. He's still alive, but not for too much longer. He has the BKB. Oh, what the hell? Does he get to walk away? No, he does
Oh,
not.
with Sonic Wave.
Sonic Wave, nicely done.
Oh, this is not good for Empire. They forced their buybacks out. Very unnecessary buyback. But on the bright side, Metamorphosis has not been used yet from the Terrorblade.
Super freaking awkward. Speaking of Terrorblade, he did go for the Lincoln Sphere. What do you make of that? It's just for the... like for the Corrosive Haze or something? Or the shotgun?
Radiant are scanning.
Just buying a little bit of extra time to get that BKB off if he gets gone on. But now there it is, that secondary smoke. Blizzy gets a crush on one of the illusions,
that's
pops the
another
BKB just to try and
BKB
run
out.
away. Where's the glimpse? There is it! There it is! Crystallize into the Static Storm! He's all alone, but where's the damage here? Frost Shield doing as much as it can.
Dead.
Just not enough. Morphling down. 80 seconds. Does a buyback available? Uses it now. Empire. They need to either get out or they need to get some more kills going. Chu is down. Another pipe available for him. Meanwhile, Martin on the side. Looks like he's going to be down for under 10 seconds. Kodos with a BKB in front, though. Together with Dream. This is an area that you kind of find into if you're NaVi. 2-for-1 trade when all is said and done. But can you turn it into Roche now? I mean, NaVi's certainly going to try. Blink Trash on 2. Dream still there with half duration left on the Metamorphosis, but he's running away. Another stun onto the Razor. Oh no, Kodos down. Dream, he has to fight right now, but Magical keeping away. Blink across to the side. More buybacks coming in from the Lich as well as the Razor. And what the hell are you doing, Empire?
Oh, they lost the little Rax. The creeps.
Alright, that's interesting, but Empire, they're clicking Roche. Now there's the shotgun over on Disruptor. No more gem from his side anyway, Chu. In the middle of that, Crystallize now with the BKB. He's trying to do some more work. Sayuf is down. More and more buybacks. Everyone has used it apart from the Terrorblade.
Man, there is no Metamorphosis, and NaVi, they have perhaps they have something left in the tank. They need to like regen up on the Quap. They have Sonic Wave off cooldown in a bit, but Disruptor still has the Static Storm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Actually doing it, Empire, like compromising positions, both sides. Buyback is galore, but somehow Empire, they do secure themselves this Roche, and this is what makes it all worth it. I mean, you use your second life.
Give the cheese. I suspect they'll give the cheese and the refresher shot to King Art. The Static Storm Aghanims is so big this game. Unless, of course, they give it to Dream. But do they want to give it to Dream? They give him the cheese instead?
Yeah.
So who gets the Aegis?
Aegis is on Kodos. I think that's the right decision, because Dream, he actually still has buyback available, and cheese is better even on Terrorblade, because if you can get it off, you still maintain your Metamorphosis, rather than if you respawn, of course you don't have that anymore. So, Empire, big strategic advantage now. Across the Rex, like, Rex going down in the middle of that was a bit crazy, but it's just a range Rex, wasn't it? No, the melee Rex.
Yeah, the melee Rex also went down. It's a full lane of Rex.
Yeah.
They had the cart wave, double cart wave in fact. So
That is
Empire,
so
you know,
big, yeah.
do they have a smoke? No, they do not. But they can kind of chill. Oh my god, the double damage. This is the Rune of Destiny. They could potentially pick it up. It is the 40 minutes. It's after 40 minutes now, so they have the power runes. Oh, they see it. They're eyeing it. Let's go.
The rune of many wins. This might be one of them. Even get the illusion on top of it for good measure. Oof. Can they make a play with that right now? I think they want to. NaVi, they're all kind of grouped up on this high ground. Empire don't know about the exact positioning, but they do now. The dire scan. Catches this one. Magical blinks in for the arcane.
Man, Magical, he needs to create so much space. You see, he's going for the Octarine core. This guy is just, he wants to delay the Terrorblade. Terrorblade's BKB is down to 5 seconds. It's, yeah, a relatively short cooldown, but Queen of Pain, and if they can nuke him down, if they can nuke the Terrorblade down during the Fear, at some point afterwards, he's also gonna need a Hex. I don't know, man. I feel like Quap, you still have quite some distance to go.
Yep.
In fact, only Quap and Terrorblade are the only ones that buy back in this game at the moment. Everyone else expended their buybacks.
Yep. By the way, have we talked about those Disruptor eggs? Not sure if that was part of the last fight, but I think it might have been one of the reasons that Crystallize actually didn't get the BKB off when he got caught out. But yeah, he has 2 Axe Static Storms available, and there's one of them. Queen of Pain caught inside. Dream is starting to chunk away. Goodbye, Magical. He does the buyback. He's going to use immediate Blizzy. There's a different story here. They do get the Disruptor down. Crystallize walks away. And Blizzy actually also had buyback come in, so that's available. Now it's actually Empire on the run. Kodos will have his own BKB. Gonna get crushed out. The Sonic Wave to help do some more damage. But now Dream, he's still going strong. Trying to click away Crystallize, make sure that he cannot be party of this fight. Magical, what the hell? The crits are real. And now can he get the blink? He cannot! Another one for the double kill, and it's Magical down for 120 seconds. Dream, they don't have a solution for him right now. He doesn't have meta. He did use the cheese, and Kodos actually... Oh no, they gave over the cheese to Kodos. And he still has the Aegis.
And there was a dieback on Magical. He bought back immediately. He went back in. He died again. Blizzy also, if he dies here right now, it's over.
This is it. They're going for the Megas. NaVi, I'm not sure if they can actually hold against that. Or if they can even hold for Magical to come back. Chain Frost, not nearly as effective as it used to be. Trying the best to slow this down. Disarms with... Oh, this is a nice little Thunder actually in Crystallized, but it was on his morphed form. Big deal. BKB just secured his melee racks. Ranged. See, Butterfrost. Butterfrost shield for now.
I'm not even sure how you go NaVi. They may just be forced to play against Mega Creeps.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. The Dire now have Mega Creeps.
There's no other choice now. Don't want to GG out either, because this is of course game 3 of the series.
Under attack.
They're not going to be out of the qualifiers even if they lose here, but they will drop down to the lower bracket. Empire in complete control of this game now. Buybacks are going to come back for some of the heroes. 1 minute or so on Martin. Dream has held onto it for so long.
Unless, of course, they are able to play against the Megas, but it's honestly not that easy. I mean, look at Quap. You see, she went into the Maelstrom over the Octarine core.
Yeah. With the Maelstrom, maybe it's possible to crystallize. He's also hitting pretty hard, so he can sort of push these out. Not particularly fast though. So
but that just means that Quap has to play super greedy. Like,
Dota Plus
I find
has
it extremely hard.
Yeah, Dota Plus has a 1% chance, and I think this is the Hail Mary.
Is it Rapier time? Morphling. Rapier time.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But he can't even get the Talisman Innovation? Okay, no, he just got it, so that's his...
Butterfly, okay. That's not a Rapier. It's still a sword. Not a Rapier, alright. Now, stream, they can just siege up the towers now. Bonus, a couple of right clicks. That's a tier 4s, not long for the world. In some ways this game gets easier. Dream with a refresher. Does have a second BKB, a second Metamorphosis available if he needs it too. Initiates in the back. That's Disruptor down for the count. 90 seconds here, Kodas with his own BKB, but Dream, he's the big issue. Corrosive Haze on top of him, Natus starts it off. Or use the second BKB, but Crystallize, ooh, very lonely, turns in. Turns back and forth, so he's still fine. Magical, what the hell? He just dies to the right click. GG is called. There's no way to stop this terribly. Scary carry indeed, and now they have to say goodbye to the upper bracket. Team Empire pull it out in quite a game 3 for sure. That was a treat to cast, actually. That was amazing.
Feels good, man. You know, to be able to cast this game. I mean, NaVi versus Empire. I mean, this is a classic rivalry, right? Dating back years, and it didn't disappoint. I mean, Chu had a very lackluster game. Soneko could only do so much as a +5. I mean, like I said, Blizzy, yeah, he got levels, but his itemization did not scale with the time. Everything in the end just came out with track kills. Terrorblade just got way too big, and that's why, you know, it's just the Ethereal Blade things crystallize. He did have a good start, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, they didn't have a way to break high ground. Like, they tried a couple of times to... I mean, they got the tier 3, but they tried a couple of times to finish up the racks in mid, but it never really worked out. Empire was strong enough for the buybacks to hold on, and then all of this, what you said, just comes into play. You're gonna get this money, you're gonna get the to a critical mass on this Terrorblade, and yeah, he just wins your game set from that position.
Oh well, so looks like it will be Team Empire who play against Uwe. How do you pronounce them again?
No, Team Empire won, so they are up against VP actually. In the
yeah,
upper
so it's
brackets.
NaVi who plays against Uwe Jenny.
Yeah.
Uwe Yenny?
Uwe Yenny, something like that.
I'm just gonna call him UVJ.
UVJ, that works. Alright, so VP versus Empire, that'll be happening tomorrow on the 30th. But yeah, NaVi versus Uwe Yenny, UVJ. The other team there of, who was in there, Palantimos, etc. That game will be coming up sooner rather than later, so do stick around. We're going to have a bit of a break at least, though, to make sure that NaVi can collect themselves, but we're going to see more of that lineup and in an elimination series, so that should also be fun. But for now, we're going to take a break, so yeah, see you soon.